Go.
I have exquisite day, you buddy, if you don't get off my bag this minute. And I mean it. You have till the count of 3 to get off my bag.
Stay exactly where you are, darling. Don't move the tiniest part of an inch. Jump up and down. Crush Daddy's things.
Teddy, I need you to do something for me. Go find Booper and get me my camera.
Wait just a second. Somebody just jumped a bag of oranges out the window.
Out the window, out the window.
Oh, you're such a brilliant wit.
It's interesting that I know them being there. If I hadn't seen them, I wouldn't know that they were there. And if I didn't know that they were there, I wouldn't have been able to say that it even existed. That's a very nice, perfect example of a way...
Leave! Please leave. Go get my camera.
Goodbye, darling.
Thank you.
Why does nobody love me?
Go.
Can you tell me what time the game is today, please?
Dude. Beg your pardon?
Can you tell me what time the game is today?
What game?
You know, the word game yesterday that you have to supply the missing words. It's mostly you have to put everything in context.
Not till afternoon. I believe it's around 4 o'clock. Isn't that a little over your head, dude?
No, it isn't. Thank you.
Look, Teddy. Myron, move your carcass so my brother can see the board.
Wow, very nice.
This guy never even heard of backgammon before. Doesn't even own a board.
Look, Booper. Daddy wants his camera back right away. Where is it?
This kid doesn't even live in New York City, and his daddy is dead. Got killed in Korea. Now if his mom dies, he'll be an orphan. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's kind of true.
He didn't even know that.
I didn't.
You know what? You're the stupidest person I ever met.
That hurts.
You're the stupidest person in this ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
He isn't. You aren't, Myron.
You made my day.
Give me your attention a second. Where is the camera? I have it to have it immediately. Where is it?
You know, it's somewhere over there. All I need now is 2 giants. They could play backgammon until they got all tired, and then they could climb up the smokestacks and throw these at everybody and kill them. They could kill your parents. And you know, if that didn't kill them, you could poison your mom or something if you wanted to.
Wow, I hate you.
Booper, do me a favor. You take it down, please.
I'm busy.
Mother wants to see you right away.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
What does she want to see me for? I don't want to see Mom. Get away from me.
I'm serious.
He's not a girl.
Now give me the camera back to Daddy.
I hate you. I hate everybody in this ocean.
Hello there.
Hello.
Is anybody staying there?
Well, these 4 chairs belong to my family, but my parents aren't up yet.
Wonderful. My name is Bob Nicholson. I don't know if we got a chance to meet in the gym. I was watching you work from over there. Good Lord, you're working like a little Trojan.
I was writing something in my notebook. Are you a poet?
A poet? No, alas no. Why do you ask?
They're always sticking their emotions in things that have no emotions. My father gets very emotional, even when he reads the newspaper. He thinks I'm inhuman.
Take it you have no emotions?
If I do, I don't remember when I ever used to have them. I don't see what they're good for.
You love God, don't you?
Yeah, sure, I love him, but I don't love him sentimentally. He never said anybody had to love him sentimentally. If I were God, I certainly wouldn't want people to love me sentimentally. It's too unreliable.
You love your parents, don't you?
Yes, I do. Very much. But you want to make me use the word to mean what you want it to mean, not what I want it to mean.
Alright. In what sense do you use it?
You know what the word affinity means?
I have a rough idea.
I have a very strong affinity to them. For my parents, I mean, and we're all part of each other's harmony and everything. I want them to have a nice time while they're alive because they have a nice time. But they don't love me and Boober, that's my sister, that way. I mean, they don't seem able to love us, just the way we are. Do you have the time, please?
You have time. It's 10 after 10. As I understand it, you had a pretty stop. As I understand it, you hold pretty firmly to the Vedantic theory of reincarnation.
It isn't a theory. It is as much a part.
Alright, we won't argue that point for the moment. Let me finish. From what I gather, you've acquired certain information through meditation that's given you some conviction that in your last incarnation, you were a holy man in India, but more or less fell from the grace.
I wasn't a holy man. I was just a man making very nice spiritual advancement.
Alright, whatever it was, but the point is, you feel that in your last incarnation, you more or less fell from grace before final illumination. Is that right, or am I...
That's right. I met a lady, and I sort of stopped meditating. I would have had to take another body and come back to Earth again anyway. I mean, I wasn't so spiritual advanced that I could have died if I hadn't met that lady, and then gone straight to Brahma. I would have had to take another body and come back to Earth again. Anyway, I mean, I wasn't so spiritually advanced, and I could have died if I hadn't met that lady, and then gone straight to Brahma, and I never again had to come back to Earth. But I wouldn't have had to get reincarnated in an American body if I had met that lady. I mean, it is very hard to meditate and live spiritual life in America. People think you're a freak if you try to. My father thinks I'm a freak anyway. And my mother, well, she doesn't think good of me, for me to think that God at all. She thinks it's bad for me, for my health.
I believe it's on that last tape that you were 6 when you first had a mystical experience. Is that right?
I was 6 when I saw everything was God, and my hair stood up, and all that. It was on Sunday, and I remember my sister was only very little, very tiny child then, and when she was drinking her milk, and all of a sudden, I saw that she was God, and the milk was God, and God was pouring into God, if you know what I mean. But I could get out of the finite dimension fairly often when I was 4.
That may be. But the logical fact remains that no matter how intentionally...
It's so silly. For example, I have a swimming lesson in about 5 minutes. I could go down the stairs to the pool, and there might not be any water in it. This might be the day that they change the water or something. What might happen, though, I might walk up to the edge of it, just to have a look at the bottom for instance, and my sister might come up and sort of push me in. I could fracture my skull and die. That could happen. My sister is only 6, and she hasn't been a human being for very many lives, and she doesn't like me very much. That could happen, all right? What would be so tragic about it, though? What is there to be afraid of? I mean, I'd just be doing what I was supposed to do. That's all would have happened.
It might not be a tragedy from your point of view, but it would certainly be a sad event for your mother and dad. Ever consider that?
All right, I have to go.
What would you do if you could change the educational system? Ever think about that at all?
I really do have to go.
Wait, just that one question. Education's my baby. Actually, that's what I teach. That's why I ask.
Well, I'm not sure what I'd do. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't start with the same thing that schools usually start with. I think I'd first assemble all the children together and show them how to meditate. I try to show them how to find out who they are and what they were. I guess even before that, I'd get them to empty out everything their parents, everybody ever told them. I mean, even if their parents just told them an elephant's big, I'd make them empty that out. An elephant's only big when it is next to something else, a dog or a lady, for example. I would even tell them an elephant has a trunk. I mean, anything that would talk to them like that. I would even tell them grass is green. Everything that could ever be told to them, I would just tell them to empty it out. I don't know. I just make them vomit out every bit about an apple, their parents, and everybody made them think of.
There's no risk you'd be raising a little ignorant children, right?
Why? They wouldn't be any more ignorant than an elephant is, or a bird is, or a tree is. Just because there's something is a certain way, instead of behavior of a certain way, doesn't mean they're ignorant.
No?
No! Besides, if they wanted to learn all that other stuff, who's stopping them? They could do it if they felt like it. Later on they would get older, but they wouldn't begin the same way that you would have started, or I would have started. Not just the way that other apple eaters look at things. That's what I mean. I have to go. Honestly, I've enjoyed our conversation. Miss Latina don't give us an F.